Welcome to Mobile Car Mechanic. Today we're going to be trying this windshield repair kit from Rain-X. I have a chip in my windshield. We're going to go ahead and attempt to repair the chip in the windshield. Let's get to it. Alright, now before we go ahead and start, we're going to have to go ahead and pull the car into the garage. That's what the instructions say. Then we're going to go ahead and move the car out once we complete the instructions to let the resin dry. So let's get to it. Alright, so inside this you have instructions. There's going to be a couple things in here that you're going to want to make sure you don't have fall out, which of course is the curing sheets, and there should be a razor blade in here somewhere. You don't want to drop that. Alright, so got the curing sheets, got the razor blade. Of course, we got the little deal here to hold the. We're going to use this to put on the windshield, and there's going to be a device such as this where we're going to go ahead and screw it in, put the resin. Of course, here's the resin. Alright, so if you have a chip or a crack and it's kind of exposed, we're going to go ahead and use the razor blade that they give us here to kind of see if we can clean out any chips of the glass. Just be careful when you're taking this out because it's sharp. I don't think it's really that deep for me, but you just want to kind of just scrape any potential loose pieces out, which it looks like I might have a little bit. It just seems to be the center of the crack here. After we do that, we're just going to go ahead and give it a wipe down with some glass cleaner. Let's get rid of the... Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and apply the suction cup. Alright, so we're going to take the adapter here, and what you want to do is where this hole is, you want to center it on where the crack is as much as you can. So we're going to go ahead and try to get it as close as possible. Okay, so what we're going to do now is going to go ahead and apply the centerpiece. It has a little rubber boot that's going to spread open once we apply it to the windshield. So, but first we're going to go ahead and take this driver out. Set it to the side for now. Then we're going to go ahead and screw it in. Alright. Just want to make sure it's snug, because we don't want it to leak. Alright, once we got it tightened up, we're going to go ahead and check on the inside, make sure it's surrounding the area of the crack or the chip. Alright, and this is what it should look like on the other end from inside the car. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut the tip off. You can either use the blade they give you in the box, or in this case, a pair of scissors. Just cut it off. Okay. And then if you do notice it leaking, once we pour it in there, make sure to just tighten it up a little bit more. So we're going to go ahead and pour 3 drops in here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Once that's in there, we're going to go ahead and put the driver piece in here. We're going to hold down the bottom portion of it just to make sure it doesn't spin. You want to get this all the way down until it stops. Okay. It's not leaking. So what we're going to do now is we're going to let this sit for about 5, maybe 6 minutes. And then we're going to go ahead and take this off, the driver, to release any air that's in there, and then we'll reapply it. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes. We're just going to go ahead and release the driver here to get rid of any air that might be in there. Okay, we'll tighten it up a little bit more and maybe add 1 more drop in there while we're at it. Okay. Go ahead and reapply the driver and wait another about 5 minutes. we wait. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes. Now we're gonna go ahead and take both of the driver and the threaded shaft here with the rubber piece at the end. Nope. Okay, looks like it still may not be dry, but we're gonna go ahead and just double check. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and let's see here. Looks like it filled in some of the crack. It's not completely dried yet, but what we're gonna do is pour a little bit more of the resin, but we're gonna use a curing sheet, and then we're gonna drive the car out into the sun since it's about 90 degrees right about now. So let's go ahead and pour it on there. Just get a couple drops, and then don't even put pressure on it, just let it spread out on its own. Once we have no bubbles or anything going on in there, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this drip off, and then we're gonna pull the car out into the sun so that it cures by the UV light. All right, so we think it's about dry now. We're gonna go ahead and take off this curing film here. Alright, so it's dried up. Now we're going to go ahead and use the razor blade here that they gave us. And they recommend doing this at a 90-degree angle to scrape it. They said it doesn't really matter how much pressure you apply. You can apply rough pressure if you need to. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to keep scraping until we get it all off. Okay. Basically, once it's smooth, for the most part, you'll know that you got it off. We're going to go ahead and get some window cleaner and clean all this off. Okay. So, I mean, it actually filled in the crack, which is nice. It's very smooth to the touch, but still got some lines in there. I'm going to go ahead and try to apply a little bit more resin and put another curing sheet on there and see if maybe we can try to really hide that. Otherwise, if not, it's all good. At least it'll prevent it from spreading since the chip is no longer exposed. So let's go ahead and give it another shot. We're going to wait another 10 minutes out here once we go ahead and apply the resin here. So we're just going to apply it to the area. We're going to put too much, clearly, but it's okay. We're just going to go ahead and let that spread and seal. All right, we're going to go ahead and peel off the curing sheet again. It should be dried up. You'll know it's dried up when you hear that noise. But we're just going to go ahead and repeat again, 90-degree angle, scrape, and you can kind of like shift it once you get most of it off. So just once it's smooth, we're just going to go ahead and hit it with some glass cleaner again and see if we made any progress. Alright, so I mean, we pretty much filled in the crack. The internal damage is not really going to go away, unfortunately, but it's better than nothing. At least now we know that the crack isn't going to spread. Some cracks will vary, some will be almost invisible, some won't, but at least we gave it a shot. Alright, thank you for watching Mobile Car Mechanic. Today we just tried the Rain-X Windshield Repair Kit. The results were not so bad. Pretty good for only like $8. I'd totally recommend it, especially if you just need something to prevent the crack from spreading or expanding. And it kind of hid it a little bit, so I'm pretty happy. See you on the next one.